What is going on, guys? It's Vixius, and today I'm going to tell you a little story. Um, this takes place about 5 years ago when I was about 15 years old. I'm now 20, but yeah. So this takes place about 5 years ago, and it's a weekend night. No school, so we go and hang out with some friends. I'm already hanging out with my two buddies, and we're like, you know what? Let's hit up our two other friends and actually, it was three other friends. So we're like, let's hit them up. Let's meet up somewhere and do a little bit of the devil's lettuce, if that's how I'm going to say it. So we hit them up and we meet them at a school that we used to go to, and we're like, yeah, meet us here and we'll hang out. So we hit them up. They're on their way. We're just sitting there waiting, and out of nowhere, we just hear a speaker bumping, and they're skating up, and then we get to doing what we got to do. And that music is bumping quite loud. I'll tell you that right now. And it's about 1 in the morning, and there's like houses right outside of the school. So we're doing it. Music is bumping. And out of nowhere, my friend's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna bash my skateboard off this dumpster, which again was loud as shit. So he does that, and we're just like basically yelling on how we're talking. We're like yelling, and so yeah, we're just sitting there, and we're like, we get done smoking, and nothing left. I'm like, all right, let's go to the playgrounds out back. So we start walking towards there, and we're like, all right, and then we look back. They were like, oh, it's pitch black back there. We're like, nah, it's kind of sketch, dude. So we're like, okay, let's not do that. So we just turn around, and as soon as we turn around, we start walking to exit the school, and guess who pops around the corner? The 5-0. Here they are. They're here here to take us down, boys. So we're just sitting there and we're like, okay, well, this just happened. So two of my buddies take off. They just take off into the darkness, into the playgrounds. They just take off. And let's call them Leonardo and the other one Da Vinci. They take the fuck off. They're gone. They're gone like the wind. And then we're like, ah, shit. The other four of us tried to run too, but the cop kind of just pulled right up in front of us, and we're like, all right, no, this is it for us. So he gets out and he's like, so what are you guys doing tonight, huh? And we're like, nothing. And he's like, well, like, just hanging out. He's like, oh yeah? He's like, oh, I can smell the weed, so where is it? And we're like, we don't have any. And he's like, come on, I can smell it. Where is it? And we're like, we don't have any. We're telling the truth. We don't have anything. And he's like, well, here's the thing. He's like, you can either give it to me and you guys can go home, or I can search you and find it and you can go to jail. And we're like, well, shit. So what we do is we didn't actually have any on us. We just had our pieces. So we give him the pieces and he's like, all right. And then he starts breaking them. Breaks the bowls. Okay. And then he just had to pull the douchiest move. And when he gets to the bong, he goes batter up, and he just smashes it with his nightstick or his flashlight. It was one of the two. Don't really know. I was a little out of it. And yep. So he does that, smashes every single piece, chucks the grinders in the woods. And we're like, okay, we're sitting there, gets our names, date of birth, all that jazz. And then I'm sitting there and I'm so high. So I'm just like, all right. In my head, I'm like, I'm gonna puke. So I'm gonna sit the fuck down. So I just said that to the cop. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit down. And all my other friends are like, yeah, we're gonna sit down too. So we all just start sitting down. They're running our names or whatever through the database or whatever they gotta do. So we're just like, okay, um, well, this is fucked. Didn't see how that's how this night was gonna go. So they get done with running all our names and everything. And, yeah, so he takes there was two cops, so one of them takes my two friends back to their house. And then he takes me and my other friend back to my buddy's house, one of them that ran away. Takes us back to his house. My buddy's not there yet, so the house is right down the road, so it literally took 2 minutes for us to get there. But he has to knock on the door and tell the parents that, this is what happened. And me and my friend look at each other like, oh, fuck. He's got to tell them. So we're just sitting there, and we get there, get out of the car, and he starts banging on the door, like banging on this door, yelling, "It's the cops!" Like yelling, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And it was my buddy's mom and his stepdad. We're lucky that his stepdad did not wake up because that would have been not so good. So his mom comes down, opens the door, tells her this is what happens, and she's like, okay, okay. And then we walk in, and she's like, what the fuck? What are you guys doing? We're like, come on, we're just trying to have some fun. That's the thing about his mom. She wasn't like, she was never, she never bashed us for doing these things. She kind of like joked around, but was like, come on, quit your shit. So like we're sitting in the living room just kind of talking about what happened with her and shit. And out of nowhere, all we hear is like my buddy trying to sneak into the house. We just hear the back door just opening slow, just so slowly. We hear him come in. He walks in, and his mom's just sitting there. She's like, "Really, really?" And yeah, she was pretty cool about it, but yeah, it was a little bit of a fuck night. But things happen. That's just kind of how it is. But yeah, that was kind of my story, and hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a very eventful night for all of us. But yeah, I'll have more story times to come if you guys really enjoy them and you guys want more. I'll totally make more. I have more than enough stories that I could tell. But if you guys really enjoyed it, just leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, guys, it's been Vixius. Later.